Repeat jungle. Follow Pulingue. Benvenuto nella giungla del graffiti. Questo è Impastore, Rockstar. Fake Rockstar Chacho. Pensieri Tangentiali. Forming on this Tangential Chacho. Podcast. We worked on it this week. We haven't worked on it today, but that's okay. Sono to a copy of Sono. T charges. That's here on the phone. Alright. So, Cowboy Bebop movie. Not much has happened from the 20-minute mark to the 30-minute mark. Again, it's just nice to see them like not have to rush. And so I'm not mad at it or anything like that. It's just nothing's kind of sort of really happened. There's a lot of like little just B-roll footage. I'm not enjoying the music selection. I wasn't enjoying the music selection, but I also am noticing how much they are. I'm noticing just how much what's that joint called, bro? They're showing these little different scenes, but they don't have to like focus on like the person's mouth moving. So there's that. Then, um, so Spike goes out into the city. Spike goes out into the city. He's, it's just, it's not telling the conversation he's having. It's just him going around the city. He's asking people. Then, oh, I think the other thing to mention that I forgot to mention last few times, but I had to saw it again. It was like those three guys that be sitting there at the. It's just like how are they at certain places and they just be playing cards and so they're there. They're in the movie and Spike goes up. Is like he's asking for beans though. Spike is asking for beans, and it's like beans beans Ring can't see or something like that. So they were like, we don't know nothing about no beans, this and third. Anyway, three guys they playing the cards, they be moving. They move right along. They just be moving. Um, well, I wonder what game they play because like it actually shows. It's like I said, this is why like one of the things like I focus. They focus on like certain little small details. So you see one guy put two cards down, and you say you're going to the next guy. He's like going through his hands. So like, but you can like just clearly if you were just standing over the table like looking at them play the cards, then it looks like it's really actually been a card game played. So um, next thing, so there's that. Spike, he's gonna ask people, then he has them, and then like he goes to sit down, and then like this Muslim Arabic guy comes up, and he's like, he looking for beans, you know, and he has his shaped like a grenade, and it's like a lighter, but Spike lights a cigarette. There's that, and then other than that, he's like, follow me. So he follows the Arab guy, and the Arab guy is like actually showing him all these different type of like beans or whatever. And like, you don't want this. This will tell you this is like if you have this will happen. To you this and this will happen. We got pistachios and this. So he's actually saying, and then Spike was like, "Man, I need the beans that you can't see and this and the third and he asking for the one that was happening in the at the site or something related to that. So the guy was like, well, so he said something about, do you believe in? He said something about I think the devil or something. And he was like, sometimes we believe in things that um, aren't really there or something like that. He said something like that. We just kind of make things up and da da da. He said something. He said something to like that effect. But he asked him, does he believe in like the devil? And he was like, we just making stuff up sometimes, and it don't really this and third. But then he's like, follow me. So Spike follows him. And then the guy's just like singing the whole time. This part, it was weird. I'm not sure what's supposed to be going on with it. Spike follows him. And then the guy like goes like when the wall, there's like this square hole at the bottom of the wall. The guy like crawls underneath that. Spike follows into. And then the guy was like, hey, I got this thing for you. It's like this a vase. And he's like, it's perfect for you. And the guy was like, nah, it's perfect for him. And then he gives it to Spike, and Spike is like, bro, I didn't come here for souvenirs, like, this and the third. And he's like, oh, but you did. And then he walks outside. The Muslim guy walks outside and his wife walks outside. And so um, he walks outside. He walks outside and who's there? Knock knock. He walks outside. Now it's like a crowd of people walking past and this and that third. But like I would assume it's a girl. But like the face was kind of like, it's the Muslim jank, so the face is all covered up in the same third. And he like sees her and she's like walking through and then she kind of like vanishes and he's looking left and right like, what? So that happens. Then, so Spike is out in the city trying to figure out some stuff. Jet, so they have a drive-in movie theater, but it's like I've never seen a drive-in movie theater with like, whenever I've seen a drive-in movie theater, it's like outside, there's like a field. It ain't really, I don't know how to explain that. It's outside and it's a field. That's as much I can say. Outside and it's like a field type vibe. Jet is at the spike is at this drive-in movie theater, and there's a parking lot at the bottom, but then there's like almost like a parking garage almost. But like, okay, picture Coliseum. Picture like the Coliseum, but for cars. Like picture a what's that parking lot? Like, yeah, picture the little parking garages, but it's like staggered so that, yeah, and you just drive to the edge and you can just watch the movie screen. So it's kind of sort of like that. It's like a movie screen. There's a flat parking lot at the bottom, and then it's like staggered um levels, and cars are parked all whatchamacallit. So it's not packed though, but it's cars there. Jet is in the car with one of his old, cop buddies. I guess the syndicate. He's a syndicate cop or whatever. The syndicate and the cop, whatever. And Jet is trying to ask him about the whatchamacallit, and he like, bro, we don't know nothing about it. You can't see nothing. Like it's something that's unseen, so we don't know nothing about it. That's what the cop guy is telling him. And he was like, he's saying something about wherever the whatchamacallit is happening in the world, not in the world, but within the syndicate or whatever. He was like, bro, at the agency, he's like, yeah, this is not whatchamacallit. Like, we don't got no whatever. Like, nobody's really, there's nothing really more progress or motion for it, basically. So he said something along those lines. Then it kind of moved to the other guy, the actual guy. The guy who, the guy who got out the truck. The guy who got out the truck. I want something to drink, bro. I want something to drink, bro. The guy who got out the truck, what did he do? He's driving in the car with this other guy. This other guy is playing, it's not a Game Boy, but it's like, it's a little game or whatever. And so he's like, oh yeah, like, like they used to always play games like this, and I feel like cool. So he's playing like a little. For him. It's supposed to be like a retro game that would have been like a Game Boy. He's like, oh man, they playing. I feel like I'm just on a third. And so he's like, he's just basically chatting. He's telling me like he feel like a real hacker and all this other stuff. Now the other guy, they have not given him a name yet, or they don't know who he is or whatever. But that's the guy that kind of should be looking for. They pull up to the warehouse. The warehouse officer comes and he's like, psh. Like, as soon as the warehouse officer comes up to the car, the other guy, the one that they should be looking for, he just looks at him and the guy, warehouse officer comes over to chat with him about something, and the guy's like, psh. And so the other guy he was walking with that was playing the game was like, yeah, he's dead, ain't he? He ain't come back. So then they keep going, and they go inside the little warehouse or whatever. Who's inside the warehouse? Oh, some guy. And so the guy that they're actually looking for, like the little suspect person, he gives the guy the money, but he don't give him all the money. He's like, you get the other half after whatchamacallit. But he Remember the first guy? It was kind of like just weird, like the little added stuff they added in there. One guy said he believed in the devil, and he's like, we be making stuff up. Then this guy, he looked at him and was like, you know what purgatory is? And he was like, it's that place in between heaven and hell where souls get stuck for like extra like torment or punishment or whatever. And but like even if you have not heard of like purgatory in a while, right? Well, you would have kind of had to hear about purgatory, but they kind of do seem like whatever the idea for purgatory is, like it's in between heaven and hell. And he was like, it's Earth. That's where we are now. Earth is purgatory. And this shit kind of makes sense. And then it do and don't, nothing really do and don't make sense. But he was like, Earth is purgatory. It's in between heaven and hell. That shit makes so much sense. Like, for however you, even like in a reference standpoint of where heaven is, where hell is, and all this made up shit. Purgatory is in between that. And it's that extra, a delay between wherever, right? So it's almost as if like, it's almost on some shit like, what if this is just some with purgatory, right? Because it's like I don't know the whole idea and concept behind it, but what if like I'm trying to be whatchamacallit as I say this, but it's basically this ain't the in between, right? So then what if it's like that one more chance and then it's like, oh okay, after the hit, like what if it is like after this, okay, yeah, you just want to go to hell or you about to just go to heaven. Like if purgatory is the in between, so earth is the in between. And it's just like you gotta make that choice. So he just mentions what purgatory is. He